Good afternoon, everybody. I, first of all, want to acknowledge the dignitaries who are here, those who are currently serving, and those who served on that day of 2001. I also am honored to speak in behalf of the Maryland congressional delegation, those who served in 2001, who were with us, my own colleague, Senator Sarbanes. We were together that day, and Senator Cardin, who's in another part of the state as part of the commemoration, and to those currently serving, John Sarbanes. I see Helen Bentley, Congresswoman Byron is here. We were all there together. But also, I want to pay, in the bottom of my heart, my respects and condolences to the families of the people the 68 Maryland families who lost loved ones that day. 68 Marylanders, 53 at the Pentagon, both at the Pentagon at their desks and their duty stations, and those who were on Flight 77. 13 who were at the World Trade Center, and 2 who were on Flight 93. The oldest was Max Bielke, 69 years old, a Pentagon worker who had been the last public employee to leave Vietnam. On the day we closed the embassy in Saigon, with the helicopter leaving the post, Max was at his desk stamping the passports so people could go. On the day of 2000, September 11th, Max was at his desk once again. Also, the other oldest person was Patricia Gross Cushing, who was on Flight 93. The youngest who died were the Falkenberg girls, age 3, and Zoe, age 8. They were on Flight 77. They were going with their father, Charles, who was taking a sabbatical and who was going to Australia. But regardless of what your age, you all had a life, and every life had a promise, and every life had someone who loved them. I think today, as we remember that day, I remember all of the generosity that occurred that day. I remember, for me, I was at the Capitol of the United States. Senator Sarbanes was attempting to hold a hearing. I was in a leadership circle in the Capitol when we saw the second plane hit, and we knew it was no accident. Then we saw the smoke coming up from the Pentagon, and then we knew we were at war. We were told to evacuate. A plane was coming. A plane was coming. Go, go, run, run. That plane, I truly believe, was Flight 93. I believe that the gallantry and bravery of the people on Flight 93 saved the lives of us at the Capitol and gave us the opportunity to show that democracy could continue. But what I remember was, as we ran down the Capitol steps, each one helping one, me trying to get the pages to tell them to go to their dorm, getting help out of the kitchen, all of us running to try to help one another. We also knew there were others trying to help each other. Hundreds of firefighters running up a burning building to pull people out, to be able to save them, to guide them, to lead them to safety. We also knew at the Pentagon, where the plane had crashed and the oil was going through the building, that there were helping hands trying to pull people out. We knew in Montgomery County there was Rescue 1, the volunteer fire department based in Chevy Chase, and they were the first to dash across the Potomac to be at this site because all traffic had stopped trying to get into the Pentagon. Helping hands, generosity of spirit, bravery, courage, fortitude, remembering what America is. So when we remember today, there are many words I could share, but in this reign we have to remember that generosity of spirit. I truly believe that all the rain that came here today were 3,000 angels, who, as we remembered, they remembered too. That those 3,000 angels remembered what it was like on paradise, when one by one by one the people filed in. Those angels cried that day. We need to cry today but we need to square our shoulders, stand up straight, and remember the people who said to the people they loved, I love you. To the people who helped one another to be able to get out and try to make it. Let's remember that. Let's remember who we are. Let's remember what they did, and let's try to do the same. God bless America, and God bless everyone who has tried to make a difference.